Hello guys, good evening and welcome to the League of Europe here for round number 9 at the British Grand Prix here at Silverstone with the lads of Division 5. I am Ivan Mike. I'll be taking you through the action, and at the moment he's not quite in the comms box yet, but I will be joined by Old School 3000, better known as Mark. So Mark will be joining momentarily, but for right now I am on my own as we have Maverick. In fact, there is Mark. He's just joined now.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing, Mark?
Oh, frustrating race for me. Not very frustrating. Binned it out of turn 1, but managed to pick up some points, which was good. Good, I guess. But yeah, controversial race in D3, worth a look.
Yeah, my race didn't go any better either in D4, so both of the comps are doing well in the races tonight, but hopefully we get our moods cheered up with some fantastic racing here in Division 5. And it does look pretty overcast out there at the moment.
Allegedly, there's not any rain on the radar, shall we say, so should be dry.
Is that in quali or the race?
Oh, Aqua's retired because of his body ban. Both. Dry, allegedly.
D5 always gets nice with the weather.
Doesn't it? It doesn't seem to rain that much. Other than Austria, it's not the most rainy of divisions. So, it'll be interesting to see if who's going to come out on top. If it's going to be the usual suspects of Ino Mills, Cam K Mum, and you could argue United Bosnia. We've got Serve the Blessed in his debut today. Fairly new to the game, which is nice.
Right now I'm on board with Volt Maverick. He's going to be the first one to set a lap and give us an indicator of where qualifying is at the moment in terms of lap times. He comes around the final corner, 25.6.
Decent lap as an open banker. I'm going to go into the annals of history and I'm going to have a look at what the pre-season times were. Give us a bit of an idea if and who is going to be tracking some good form. Obviously, a lot's changed, but not that much, I suppose. Obviously, we last time we were here, we had Jav bottle a win, and we had Ryan B take it off him, which was nice to see.
And he's on provisional pole right now. As we got
25-3.
For a meal of flip across the line, and United Bosnia sticking it up into second, just about half a tenth behind Ryan B's time there. So decent lap from both of them for a first lap, as I just see Flip there drifting like it is dirt rally.
So 25.206 pole by Ryan. Smitsky not far behind at all, less than a tenth. Alt Maverick, Jab and Slayer for the top 5, so that would certainly be a unusual top 5 outside of maybe Ryan B. And he's already gone quicker. Just shows the progress and improvement of the division from the beginning of the game. So I imagine someone's going to dip into those 24s tonight.
Yep, and I was thinking that maybe we'd see a few old names really take it up big, because we know from previous experience that Smitsky and Ryan B both like this track.
Yes.
So it'd be interesting to see if they can get there.
Pretty friendly for no assists, so Slayer could do something here, I think. Whether that's a podium or not, don't know, but could definitely do something.
We'll have to wait and see. I think that is Ibo coming to the line. Unfortunately, he's invalidated. I believe we've got everyone coming into the pits now, as Oh, we actually got Steve-O on the set of the medium compound tyres coming through the final few corners now. 26.7.
We got some Ibo love in the chat. We've got Shappy and Mike Henning looking for Ibo, and Frankie is here as always, cheering on Jasper and Cloudy, his teammate, which is cool to see.
Yeah, there's a bit of a inter-team rivalry going on with Cloudy and Jasper. They both want to be the #1 driver.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got the two coordinators at the moment in 9th and 10th. Well, hopefully if they can get as close on track as possible, that'll be a potential firework. That'll be fun.
Well, Slayer now coming through the final corner. So it's going to be a 25.9. Not bad for a banker lap, I'd say.
Not bad at all. Yeah, again, the no assist round here is probably one of the friendlier tracks. So I would assume he could do quite well, hoping for a good performance from him, because I have a lot of respect for Slayer, and I believe he's cockpit no assists, which is absolutely nails hard. I would not be anywhere in D5 at all with that kind of setup.
Well, from what I understand, is Slayer, Flip Nasram, Ibo, and I believe Jasper is the only completely no assist lads in here.
Oh, Flip as well. We've got Shappy. I think these guys are for Shappy and Mike. I'm guessing are from UDL. So yes. Hello to our friends over at UDL. Hope all is well on that side of things. I believe they race on Sunday, do they? Am I making that up? It is Sundays,
yep.
Right?
Yep, Sunday. So, I used to race with them on the previous game.
Everyone says very positive things about the guys over there, so nice to see them in the chat.
We got Ryan B on his second lap coming down the Willingdon Straight into Brooklands. He is 2 times up already, so we may be seeing a 24 already if he can keep this up. So he comes through left field. Little kink now of Woodcock. Down the old pitch straight now to Cops Corner. Very easy to invalidate and just pick up an unnecessary warning there in the race as he runs down now to Maggots and now into Beckett. Trying to get that good run out as he goes through Chapel onto the Hanger Straight. And his purple once again, he's still 2 tenths up as he's on the run down into Stowe.
Looking very tidy. What do we reckon? It's going to dip into... I don't think he's going to quite dip into the 24s unless it's a big improvement.
Oh, he does, just about.
Does?
I was about to say 25 flat, but...
Well, you were nearly right. Pretty much dead on. Maverick comes over the line. 25-1. So that puts him second. Again, he did very well in pre-season here, so... The fan of the old RAF track there is Maverick. Cam K struggling.
Yeah, and this is big for the Drivers' Championship. I do have the Drivers' Championship up if you want me to go for the order.
Go for it.
Okay, so Cam K is currently leading the way on 119 points. 3 wins on the bounce for Cam K. 3 points ahead of Niles, who's currently 3rd in qualifying at the moment, who I believe is actually on a lap, so we'll go on board with him. He's only 3 points off Cam K. United Bosnia in 3rd on 96 points, 20 points off the second place man Niles, and 23 off Cam K. Ghost Recon in 3rd. Just 3 points ahead. Ghost Recon in 4th. Sorry, just 3 points ahead of Ryan B. 69 points for Ghost Recon. He'll probably be happy with that. And Ryan B on 66 points. And then Alt Maverick sitting in 6th on 54 points, 52 points for Smitsky in 7th. Dave in 8th on 48 points, 1 point clear of Jordan, who is on 47, as Niles actually improves there with a 24.7. Massive lap.
It was a huge lap.
And an improvement there from Camgate to get himself up into 4th, so that's what he needed to do, get himself up there.
Oh, it's Jasper. Look at that, Jasper with a 25.7 and Cloudy with a 25.7, both of them. I saw Cloudy put in that lap. Very solid from these guys. They're a lot higher than they might well be at other times. This track does throw up some... they're definitely specialists at Silverstone, and there's people that hate it. Normally padding users like me. As Ghost is coming across the line, and he will go up to 6th. Knocks Cloudy, Jordan and Jasper down.
I believe next one across the line, Steve-O has invalidated as ST5. And we got Served the Blessed coming out through sector 2.
This guy's going to really improve rapidly. Brand new to the game. Look for him to see, just check his improvement. He does a lot of NASCAR racing, and he's, I imagine it's just taken a little bit of time. We were talking about it briefly, me and him. The difference between traction on exit as he comes over the line, and he will improve, I believe. Yeah, 28.6, much better, over a second quicker.
I was going to say, there's some things that you would need to improve on, like corners, because there's hardly any in NASCAR.
turning right.
Sometimes as United Bosnia, the big improvement, splits Ryan and Niles up.
Yeah, good luck from him. I think Slayer may well be coming. Oh, Slayer's pit.
Yep, Slayer into the pits. Got Steve-O in sector 3 right now, 7 tenths up on his time.
Could jump him even above Slayer if he hooks up this last sector. Looks pretty hooked up to me. This braking point is so important. It helps you flow through. He's done quite a decent job. I had to lift off, not in an ideal position. Losing time all through here, and I imagine it'll put him behind. I'm completely wrong. It's up to 8th. And he jumps not only Slayer but Cloudy, Jasper as well. Yeah, you mentioned about the old timers. Steve-O is one of the oldest timers here, actually. He took a bit of a break. Him and Dave. I'd love to see Steve-O do well. I'd love to, because he had taken quite a bit of a break. So, loving to see him get a top 5 or so. Smitsky is one that is coming round, and this man needs to improve a lot because he has suffered. He was second in quali in the pre-season race. Looking around that Stephen Roebuck kind of time. Yeah, and it goes quicker. Everyone improving in that last sector, it seems. So he jumps above Jordan and Steve-O and quite a few to put himself right into the upper mid-pack, which Camk finds himself in, which I find very interesting.
Swip has just managed to jump ahead of Slayer there for 12th place.
Oh, go to Flip. They want me to... Where is Flip? Flip needs to get round. He needs to put a lap on the board. He's not looking so hot at the moment. He's going to come round. He's 9 seconds clear, I would hope so too.
He's on for 28. He's going to be around where Blessed and Ibo are at the moment.
Yeah, I would imagine, unless he really messed up the last corner, he's going to be above Serve the Blessed, but behind Ostani.
Oh, he's jumped ahead of him.
Wow, he must have really had a massive improved last sector from Flip, as he's invalidated there. He's not going to get another shot, and unless he's really overfueled. And then it doesn't say he's run out of fuel. Maybe he can get back round again.
I hope none of these guys make the same mistake that I did in qualifying in D4, where you just go off somewhere where you need to reverse onto the track and the game just absolutely nopes you.
There's a lot of these guys leaving it too late. I don't think they're going to get out. Kamke's not going back out. Or he's getting out, but this is going to be tight. I tell you, this pit lane is horribly long. Should be okay. He's going to have to put a little bit of pedal down, though, to get round.
This is interesting that I've just jumped on board with ST5 because I noticed he was on mediums. He has not touched the soft tyres.
Interesting. Bosnia's not going to get round. There's no... yeah, look, I don't know. Bosnia is done. Too late. Too late out of the pits, trying to be too clever, I think. Serve the Blessed... I think I like Serve the Blessed going out again, purely just so he can just have a little bit more time on the track more than anything, as Bosnia is super slow. He might be doing... He could do slipstream for his teammate if he really wanted. That would be a nice thing to do.
I think that is what he's going to try and do.
So we've got cars everywhere.
ST5 will be the first one to cross the line. He is just under a 10th up.
And those mediums, very bizarre because he had the pace. I mean, I would have just gone out last and just tried to, if he's trying to do the reverse strat, there's much need really. Good lap, but doesn't improve him purely because of the tyre difference.
When we got swept to the line, doesn't improve, but I think he's going to be going again.
Maverick was round, and Maverick's invalidated, so that's enough from him.
I believe. Oh no, I was about to say Cloudy Cloud may have got the glitch, but seems to have got away with it. Jordan just just hitting the wall in temper there.
Slayer's really up, and he goes 7th. Great lap from Slayer.
Fantastic, and now we got Ryan B to the line now. He is a 10th up. Oh, just
he left everything. Left everything on the line, didn't he? Great lap from him.
And looking at Niles is not going to improve, so I think Ryan
Jasper jumps up tonight. Great lap from Jasper. Dave coming round to 26 flat.
Kamke just invalidated in Magnussen Beckett.
I think the last person over the line is going to be Niles. And he is way down. Well, there might be a Mercedes actually, yeah. There's going to be ST5, who is up. And that will be enough to jump Dave. Will it be enough to jump Swip? No.
Well, we still got Blessed and Swip actually, who's actually not Swip, is done with his lap, but we still got Blessed coming through Cops now. Comes through Magnussen Beckett. Very tentative through Magnussen Beckett, but
yeah, I think he might have got that weird glitch. Because he shouldn't technically set this lap, but it's not a problem.
I think he's down anyway. Yeah, he's invalidated.
Yeah, he's invalidated. It's irrelevant. So good, kind of good, because it would have been a bit awkward. Because you can set a lap if you go out with less time. You can go through the line for some reason and then still set a lap, which is really bizarre. But there we go.
Yep. So Ryan B, the man on the front row in pole position, and he is just 600ths of a second quicker than Niles in qualifying. That is very tight. United Bosnia in third, the only other man to make it into the 24s. Then we got Alt Maverick in fourth. Cloudy Cloud with, I think that's his best qualifying of the season, in fifth.
I would assume so. Great effort.
Yep, Cam K Mum in sixth. Slayer in seventh. A good final lap from him. Ghost Recon in eighth. Jasper in ninth, and Smitsky rounded out the top 10. I just noticed he's got the Welsh flag on. Thank you, Smitsky. Jordan, Stevo, Swip, ST5, Dave, Flip, Ostuni, Serve the Bless, Ibo, and DRS Aquaplaning, all starting outside the top 10 with free choice of tyre compound.
I'm going to make a rash prediction. I'm going to say DRS aquaplaning for the podium on the back of him getting a quali ban.
Interesting.
I feel like something's going to. I feel like the gods are going to help him. They're going to give him a well-timed SC or VSC, and it's going to improve him. It's going to be a blessing in disguise, I think. Got more license points for the late attendance rather than necessarily anything on track, so highlights the point of making sure you don't let everyone know last minute. And the only reason why we do it is to make sure that the reserves have as much notice to practice. So hopefully he doesn't pick up any more points because he's certainly not an unclean driver. He's very clean. It's not necessarily track related.
And Smitsky told me at the beginning of the race that he was going to do a little tribute for me for 50 races commentated in LOE, and I think the name was that sorry, the nationality flag.
Well, there you go, 50 races. That is,
and he's got the helmet on as well.
How many am I behind you, I wonder? Must have done about 40.
I think you're in the high 30s as far as like proper like season races and that.
Yeah, I imagine. Thought it might be right because I did a full-time season with Robert someone, or Robert someone as I called him mistakenly for years. But yeah, other than that, I tend to. This is probably my second regular gig. I'm kind of just popping when needed, normally, in previous seasons. So let's have a look at this strat.
I've gone through almost every single division as well. I'm doing the MCR of commentary. Oh, actually, no, the Ibo commentary. I think Ibo was in D1 in the old PRL days.
He was. He's been in. Yeah, he would have raced in every division, for sure. As well, maybe Dave. Maybe Dave too, actually, potentially. And maybe Stevo. No, not Stevo. Stevo would have missed D4. But Jordan on those mediums, he's going to be quick swip as well. ST5 and Dave, and obviously DRS aquaplaning. If Jordan can keep in some form of train, he's going to be very dangerous, particularly if the guys up front are battling tooth and nail.
Yes, and one thing, as we did say that this track is kind of easier for those who are driving no assist. You lose a bit of concentration, you lock up, you go deep, and you can lose easy 2 positions off the start. But there's the predicted pit stops, lap 10 soft to mediums. I don't know why he's saying soft to hards. That is a terrible strategy.
Don't do that, anybody.
But I think around lap 17 for mediums to softs.
Yeah, 16, 17, so I think.
Okay, well, here we go to 5 red lights. And we are underway to start the British Grand Prix, as we got a little bit of a glitch with aquaplaning already being in first, so your predictions already coming true, but...
Ooh, everyone, no, not everyone gets through. That is Ostuni, who is round.
I was looking at the battle between United Boss, and he did try it down the inside of Niles. But now we got side-by-side action with Cloudy Cloud and Alt Maverick.
Cam K looking down the inside, gets the move done. Cloudy kind of ducks out of that. I think he probably thinks, oh, he might get 2 in 1. No, he holds it around the outside. Jasper round, no, Jasper's round. Nightmare, and he will rejoin okay-ish. He hasn't lost tons and tons and tons of time off the back of the train, but that's hugely disappointing for him. We have Cloudy really wide.
Yep, Cloudy taking the scenic route for the old turn 1 there.
Jordan doing great. Keeping in this train, has to keep in with a shot as the front 3 are really stretching their, the front 4 really kind of stretching their legs in the way, or front 2 more than anything, but...
Ryan B already out of DRS.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Quite a bit of usage going on.
Oh, it's Cam K's around.
Oh, that is huge.
I just went on board. It looked like a little bit of contact between him and Cloudy Cloud. And I think just a little bit of contact just spun him around.
And Slayer is not up. He's not up there at all. But got the glitch again. Great. But yeah, that's we have got Miles obviously running in second behind Ryan B. Thank you, Lee, for sharpish, because this is a tough one. Stooney having to pit. Good man. Puts the mediums on. Clever. I like this because what it means is that if there's he's relying on an SC, but if he gets one, he's backing it.
I think the times have sorted themselves out, but Steve-O is around.
Looks like he's gone on the power just too early around that corner. I could be wrong. I haven't seen the incident, but that's not ideal for him, and it's a nightmare for Racing Point at the moment.
I would say that is probably the most dangerous corner. Oh! Flip in the wall! I was just scrolling through and I just seen him flip, absolutely fly into the wall. Yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. Could be a safety car. It is a safety car.
That could be a that could have just been, that looked like a fault more than anything, like a steering fault or something. That looks really bad. Just like to say, serve the blessed up to 13th. Fair play to him, doing really well out there. Stay out. Wow, that's so interesting. There's a couple of players. Cam K has got it. Cam K, I think this is the wise decision for these guys. I don't understand why the guys at the back. I don't know why Ego stayed out, for example. Stooney's. I'll tell you what. If Stooney can just manage these tyres, it would be some going. But he could potentially get all the way to the end of it. I mean, it's pretty tight, but.
Well, one of your predictions for the podium, up 10 positions right now. DRS Aquaplaning sitting in 10th.
Yeah, doing really well behind Jordan, who's done decent enough himself. This isn't good for the medium runners though, because what it does is it shortens the actual laps in reality. You know, you almost go off a standing start, and then at some point it just means that they have to bail in and they don't get as many laps to come back at the pack, so probably actually not the ideal situation for the medium mode, but very quick. Particularly those two. Cam K's gone on hards. Wow, this is interesting. I think they are right to go on hards, because I don't think maybe he will go for the end, but
it's borderline, isn't it?
Too risky. Smitsky and Jordan are having some kind of a parcel. I don't know what's going on here.
Ooh.
Oh no!
And that is Aquaplaning straight into the back of him.
And this isn't hard, and I think it's just so frustrating. Why can't people just go one at a time? It's not hard. Like, DRS Aquaplaning's done absolutely nothing wrong there. Yeah, he's furious.
Yeah, I don't blame him in that one, but what I think has gone on there is Smitsky's gone wide, Jordan's gone through, Jordan's tried to last Smitsky back through, and Smitsky's got a illegal overtake on him.
Yeah, but don't get, you know, just don't get so close to the car in front. It's not hard. Like, I don't know. Someone's done something there. It's silly.
I'm interested to see what Aquaplaning is going to go on to now as a set of the hard tyres.
It's really unfortunate for him. That really wrecked him. He was in such a great position.
Well, he was the second highest medium runner, right on
Yeah,
the back
absolutely.
of Jordan. He does look like he has got the pace to start coming through the field. Unfortunately for him right now, is these softs and mediums, they're getting some free laps, so they're still going to be relatively fresh compared to the hard tyres.
I just don't really understand what's happened out there. I don't know. Stooney getting a pen. Break his wing.
I'm not sure what's going on with Stooney there. It looks like wasn't much movement in his wheel, so I'm not sure what was going on with his Stoney, but he's dropped 2 positions because of it. And he's just driven straight into the wall. I just caught that.
Yeah, I don't blame him for being frustrated. None the rest sees, so it doesn't actually matter directly, but not nice to see. Nice to see. Safe car was in this lap, so it doesn't affect that, which is one positive. Now Ryan will lead off this pack. He's already let the safety car get quite a gap, so the safety car will be in nice and early, you think. Everyone just keep behind, as they're all weaving a great view down that pit straight, just watching all those cars snake around, waiting for Ryan B to just get going. At what point did he go? He goes very... Oh, he's tricked the pack.
Oh, now he's gone. He saw Niles weaving and decided to go. Very smart there from Ryan B.
Steve 5 was caught napping.
Dave.
Oh,
Dave.
David's out. How was Dave? Oh, Dave's lost it under cold tyres.
I'm not sure. He was side by side with Swift, so I think maybe a little bit of contact. I'm not sure, but
Dave. Cloudy is round, and he joins right on the back. So we've got 3 casualties here. Serve the Blessed up to 16th, 65. Aquaplaning on those hards doing pretty decent. And Ivo now getting caught by Campaign on those hards, and he's really competitive against these guys on those soft tyres against the hard, but Campaign gets it done.
Would have loved to have seen Ivo just stick it around the outside for the inside there.
He's got the tyre advantage, so he's not in a terrible position to be honest. But he is on a different strat, so he might not fight as tooth and nail as we think. Oh, Ivo is off! Oh, kept out of the wall though. Good on him. Get going, Ivo. Get going. Don't get disqualified.
Oh, Ghost Recon.
Oh no. And that is a horrible pace. That could be an SC. I don't think it is. Seems like we're going to be running through. That would have really put a damper on the medium runner's days.
That is miles into the wall there. I wonder what exactly happened. I can only assume maybe just clipping the grass and just spinning off.
That sausage curve on the entry to the first part of that section is horrible. If you go over it, you can really actually cause some damage. So the Blessed is in the pits. Has he got any kind of damage? I don't know. I can't see from there, but it's very hard on, I imagine. Miles keeping up with Ryan B as Bosnia's lost the DRS, but has all Maverick to play with. Slayer is on the back of these guys, but tell you what, Jordan in a great place.
Yeah, I was on board with Jordan, just looking at this battle between Smirsky and Slayer.
Poor Cloudy was doing really well. With a lot of quick people now, we're going to have a lot of action because people like SD5 are going to need to get past this hard train on those 2 compound softer tyres, as well as Cloudy, you imagine, is going to catch up to the back of this at some point.
Yeah, looking at SD5, he really needs to start carving his way through these hard tyres. These hard runners.
Aquaplaning goes up the inside of Jasper, keeps it stuck, and Jasper lets it. Oh, I said lets it go. He didn't want to. He didn't want to, no. And then he will stick on the back of Aquaplaning. These guys should kind of work together, in my opinion. Now, both are running the same race, both in the same strat, pull each other along. Try and keep the pens down, and just keep up with the pack, and try and keep onto the back. Oh, Smirsky nearly runs into the back of Slayer. And that would have compromised him enough, I think, for Slayer to be able to not necessarily get caught into this corner. I might be wrong. No.
But what these two battling is actually doing is just playing into Jordan's hands.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jordan is just...
Oh, United
Just
Bosnia. He's all over the back in the heels now. Where's this come from?
Where has this come from? This is crazy pace. Maybe these two have had a bit of an issue. In front, as Swift kicks up the first, I think, proper 3 seconds anyway of the race. A few people got 3 second time for spinning, which was good. Niles all over the back of Ryan B, but I don't think he's going to look to get anything done, no.
Smitsky having a little luck down the inside of Slayer, but thinks better of it.
Problem is with Jordan, now he's out of that DRS, it's going to be very hard for him to stay with it. He's going to need Smitsky to be a bit compromised by Slayer, realistically.
I'll tell you what, United Bosnia, fastest final sector.
Oh, yellows. Someone's round that Simbo.
He's in the wall. Is that a full front wing gone? Doesn't even look like he's got damage. How's he managed this?
I've no idea. Him and Serve the Blessed are going to have a race for the ages at this rate. It's not over. And remember, top 12 get points here, so...
Here goes Cam K on Swip for P8 and job done.
Great boots. I mean, this is interesting. He is quick, so having that harder compound isn't necessarily going to do terribly. Yeah, Dave just saying cold tyres. Yeah, you could. Yeah, I thought that might have been the case. It's horrible on cold tyres of going around that section. See what Cam K is really well here. Jordan all over the back of Smitsky. Jordan has managed to catch. Oh, giving him the kiss of death. He's got a 3 second time pen now, Cam K.
I was going to say that Niles is looking very rapid through Marcus and Beckett. Gets a good run out of Chapel. But just not close enough. He seems to be losing quite a bit of time to Ryan and Bosnia through sectors 1 and 2. And just gains it back in sector 3. So a bit of a stalemate at the moment in the top 3.
So, Jordan is only 6 seconds off the lead as it stands, which is pretty good going. When will these soft runners pit? Anywhere from now is reasonable to go to the end on those mediums, really, but not necessarily optimal.
So it's going to be interesting to see who is going to make the plunge first.
Jordan did a really stellar job. Slayer's not losing too much time off the back of Maverick, so to be fair, Slayer's kind of dragging along Jordan by proxy, really. Smitsky's probably a bit frustrated. He might well have a slightly better pace.
Niles is the closest I've seen him in Marcus and Beckett's behind Ryan B.
Is he going to go for it though? I don't think he is. He seems to be holding back a little bit. This is helping Bosnia.
Didn't use his ERS. I think he could have got it done if he used a bit of it.
Ooh, as Ryan goes defensive, very good idea there. As Slayer, he's pushing. And because of that, he does pick up a pen. Oh, Maverick has seemingly made a mistake, I think, somewhere. Oh, Slayer goes wide too. And that will put Smitsky all over the back of him now.
Well, right now, Kamke has managed to catch up to his teammate, and with everyone still needing to make a pit stop ahead, Kamke is going to be in a fantastic position to win this race.
Absolutely. Niles, this is the problem. I think Niles and Ryan, as Niles does go down the inside, and he will make it stick. Oh, it's Bosnia's round! He's rejoined, but he missed his braking point completely. Niles and Ryan need to understand the threat of Kamke. They won't think it, they won't see it, but unless they're listening to this, they probably don't appreciate that they're not actually in as optimal position as they think they are.
Oh, and just to send a message to United Bosnia, it's a 50-metre braking road, but that's the braking point for that corner.
Jordan and his teammate Kamke. Jordan looked so sketchy through that section. Kamke should have a very easy DRS pass here.
No, Jordan's still got DRS as well.
Ooh, This is going to be... Jordan... Kamke's pretty much exhausted his battery, so he's having to stay behind there.
ST5 overtakes Jasper.
Ryan and Bosnia pit, and that causes a chain reaction down the field. Not as much as I thought it might, actually. I suppose there's actually not that many people out on those softs.
Well, this is going to be incredibly interesting now, because we know the undercut is pretty good here.
It is. So Niles will pit this lap, you would assume, and it'll be interesting to see. I suspect he might come out behind Bosnia. Bosnia needs to have a very, very good out lap here. It needs to be excellent. Slayer's really not that far behind them.
I was thinking that maybe Slayer could possibly pinch ahead as well.
Jordan is... I think Jordan... I don't know if he's helping or hindering his teammate. I think he's probably hindering him slightly at this point.
No,
he moves aside. Good idea. He's been asking for a good teammate for the constructors, and they just decided to hold him up for 2 laps for good measure. But I don't blame him, to be honest. You can't let Kamke charge through because he is on a no stop from here, so you do want to hold him a bit.
Right now, Kamke has pretty much no ERS to his name.
No.
And that's going to be crucial, because with everyone making pit stops, they're going to recharge their ERS a bit. And around here, it's not very easy to save your battery up.
Very true.
We wait to see now where Niles is going to come out relative to Ryan B. Ryan B coming in to
Miles is exiting, but that is such a long exit. It's going to be really tight, I think.
Oh, it's going to be so. Oh, he's actually got ahead. Miles ahead.
Wow. Game time. Incredible. They've obviously not pushed enough, I don't think. He's overcut them, if anything. Incredible.
Yeah, 2 seconds a gap, no?
Cloudy on the back of Steve Roebuck, but he will have to be pitting fairly soon, so it's a little bit awkward when you're catching off the back of someone on a lap that you're probably going to pit at some point.
Alright, now this is going to be interesting. Kamke, Aquaplaning, Jasper, and Stevo, I wouldn't assume are going to be pitting again. They're going to be going to the end.
So tell you who we forgot about here is Aquaplaning. As he's going around the outside of Swib, he gets the move done to go up to 3rd place. So he's really not that far off the back of Kamke at all, and I think he's probably got better pace.
Well, speaking of someone with better pace, it looks like United Bosnia's got much better pace than Ryan at the moment.
Very interesting. As they're in clean air mode, that's one thing I would say. They're not going to catch on to the back of anyone. They will catch up to the back of Stevo at some point. They're going to have to go through Jasper and Stevo full position on the racetrack. So we have a yellow. Is that Evo?
Sibbo.
Yeah, just letting people through.
I'm intrigued by this because you would expect Steve-O and Jasper to fight with absolutely everything they got, because it is full position. How much is that going to hold Niles up and back him up into Ryan and Bosnia?
No, Steve would have to catch up quite a bit, but I mean, we've got obviously Jasper and ST5. That could be an interesting one. Depends on how long ST5 plans to stay out, really. He's hoping for an SC, as is really Jordan. In fact, everyone in the top 5, really, in a way. I mean, because Kamke would inherit the next race lead, because I assume all these guys would pit. It's maybe not the medium runners. Maybe I think Niles would probably just about come out in the lead of the race.
Alright, now United Bosnia all over the back of Ryan B. There is Niles just ahead. And Slayer's on the back of Alt Maverick.
Even Crucial is out of DRS now to Cafe. It does look like he's struggling a bit under traction around that kind of the new first section, the beginning of the second sector, I should say. Seems like he struggles a bit around there.
Well, you mean through turns 4?
Yeah, yeah. Less than 10.
Yeah, I think that's the one corner which is still a bit tricky with no line.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Apart from that, I think the rest of the track is fine.
I think he's on the back of Ryan B, but you need a lot of battery to get there. Stuffed it in overtake, which is interesting to me because I think he's better off saving it up a little bit for a proper charge.
I mean, Ryan B's not got much ERS either, to be fair. You've got yellow flag in sector 1. Is that Ibo getting out of the way? I think it is.
Yeah.
But now, aquaplaning on the back of Jordan. In DRS now, and this is where Jordan has to play the good teammate by here. As now you're bossing at Ryan B side by side there.
It is an interesting one for you. Mars is currently 17 seconds back from Gabcade. We have 12 laps, so he needs to catch.
Side by side, Full Brooklyn's in the field.
Leaves in the room. Oh no.
Oh, too wide in the cops, lads.
They're gonna do it. Ryan kind of semi-backed out, which was probably wise, and didn't have a chance to get him, you would think.
And aquaplaning's getting past Jordan, who comes into the pit, so Jordan in, and to be honest, I'd say that's a slightly early stop.
Yeah, it's quite early, but I've seen people in D3 did do it.
It goes Ryan back down the inside of Stowe.
What about this is? Latest on the brakes. Ryan.
Oh, I was bossing. I tried to go for the switchback line there, but his back end just kicked out on him.
All that's done is allow Maverick. He's gone to the back of these guys a bit now.
Yeah, and he's bringing Slayer along for the ride as well. Meanwhile, Niles,
he needs to get past so quickly. Still doing this. Seems to just not really care.
I was going to say that because of Ryan and Bosnia's battling, Niles' lead is now pretty much 6 seconds.
Mm. Dave's 100% right, like in the chat. Be interested to see how quick his tyres go off. Swip hasn't stopped yet, so Swip is in the nicest way possible, not quite in the, in the battle for the top. Slitsky picks up a pen. Very unusual race for him today.
Yeah, he's usually pretty decent at this track, but I'm not sure what's going on today.
Not flag.
Also, United Bosnia just goes over the curb a bit too much, and Stowe picks himself up a 3-second time pen. And that's actually crucial because that'll drop him 2 positions as it stands right now.
Ooh, there's massive wiggle out there last quarter. That is doing really well to stay with. They're gonna have Jordan to worry about at some point too.
Jordan only 6 seconds back on fresh, softer tyres.
Miles is down to 15 seconds. So the run rate really is a second and a half a lap, just over. It's interesting to see how those hard tyres, the hard tyres won't really go off per se. They don't tend to lose performance, they're just quite slow. So I would say Kamke and Aquaplaning are probably up there as favourites today.
Question is though, we do need Aquaplaning to, if he wants any chance of winning this race, he needs to start trying to get within that DRS window.
Getting there, he's catching it, to be fair, and that actually could be their downfall in a way, because it could be that the others come back into it, people like Niles. If he can make light work of Jasper, Swip should really be pitting at some point.
You don't think Swip would try and take those mediums all the way to the end, do you?
He hasn't stopped, so he's going to have to do it. I like what he's doing in a way, because YHYY did this as well. If you do the soft one quite late, you get the maximum out of them, and you really come back at people even on the older soft tyres.
Oh, that's Ibo again.
And also, if there's an SC, he obviously inherits net third, because you'd assume a lot of people, maybe not everyone, but quite a few people would pit.
Well, if an SC came out now, as here we go, United Bosnia, going to try around the outside of Ryan B. Makes a stick. But what I was going to say, if an SC came out now, obviously perfect timing for Swip. Do you think everyone would be into the pits for the soft tyres?
Don't know, at some point. Ooh. No.
I saw you that flag.
I don't know. I don't know if penny for Niles' thoughts, in the next 1 or 2 laps, if that comes out, at what point does it not become worth it? I'd say the window is now, really. I probably would have Bosnia around the outside. Nice.
These two just trading positions back and forth.
It's clever. They need to work their way up to Kamke and DRS Aquaplaning. So I think they're doing the right kind of thing actually by not overly fighting each other and just trying to catch up to the back of the field.
And we got Old Maverick towing Slayer at the order.
It really is. Jordan's not catching as much as I'd have anticipated. The mediums I think are a really good race tyre, and not quite working
it
how
looks
he
like
does.
Smirsky's catching Jordan.
It's very bizarre. Bosnia again. Ooh. Cuts across Ryan a bit, but no harm done. Miles on the back of Jasper. This is crucial. This is crucial that he gets this down the hanger straight.
Jasper's gone, no, this is for a podium. Ryan B picks up a 3-second time pen. Oh yeah, there's no defending from a car with DRS and ERS this close to you.
No. Should be easy. Although Jasper seems to be running quite low wings, because it wasn't as easy as I anticipated that would be. But Niles now has the beauty of having fresh air. Now Swip eventually gives up the game and doesn't wait for the safety car any longer. And Niles should be able to catch up to the back of these guys at some point, but I don't think, well actually, I don't know. Unless those were hard to hit a cliff.
I don't know, I can't see Niles bringing the gap, well, bringing a 12, almost 13 second gap down in 7 laps.
Some ask.
Ooh, United Bosnia just misses his braking point and goes off at the loop again, and he loses out to Slayer. Oh, Maverick has actually been overtaken by Slayer. We completely missed this.
Wow, Slayer's on an absolute charge.
So Slayer up into 7th place now. United Bosnia under pressure from Old Maverick.
Ooh. Yeah, these two are costing each other time. Slayer's going to, at this rate, could even get out of DRS if they fight too much. blessed pits again.
Ryan B almost within DRS of Steve-O. He just actually nips into DRS, and yeah, in this lap Niles has taken 4/10 off Aquaplaning. I think unless an SC comes out, that's as high as Niles will get.
Incredible, really. I mean, Jasper in 4th is doing incredibly well, but Ryan is now on the back of Steve-O. You've got to think that Ryan should be able to get past him fairly. Oh no, there's a black car.
That was blessed. We've also got United Bosnia. He's got DRS. He's going to go for the move on Slater. Round the outside of Brooklands, and now Slater will have the outside for Luffield.
Slater's doing really well, by the way. He's not normally in this kind of field, is he? So, kudos to him for putting up a really good performance. That safety car's really jiggled everything around a bit. Camke has somehow, after disaster, as well as the DRS Aquaplaning, come out in a really, really fortuitous position.
Here's the issue as we see Ryan B now getting past Steve-O up into 5th place. Obviously we saw the incident with Aquaplaning. To me that's an unfair 5-second pen. Do you think that's something that he should maybe have a peek at?
Absolutely. As Slayer gets round United Bosnia, these two are just going to go trade for trade, I think. For the rest of this race. Now United Bosnia. Ooh.
Inside, that's no ABS versus ABS right there.
Yeah, nothing he could do, but he's gonna. And also Bosnia gets the DRS, so that's more bad news because I think Maverick now is also going to get Slayer. Yeah, frustrating for Slayer there. Camke is managing to do good things here against DRS Aquaplaning. Just keep him at bay. So, at the moment, do you want to know the pen situation?
I was just trying to remember if I've seen Camke pop up with a pen.
You have, and you haven't seen DRS Aquaplaning. Well, you've got that 5-second, but that might well be under appeal. So if Camke wants to get,
you already served that though, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, he probably would have actually. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, effectively, this is really nip and tuck. Less than half a second in it. Real last battle, I think, really, for major places is going to be obviously outside of the United Bosnia train, which is actually going to start hitting Stephen Roebuck fairly soon. Is probably Ryan B versus Jasper.
Yeah, and even that's a 3-second gap, and I see we have to wait and see. Ryan would need to take, I think, around about 7/10 out this lap for the same for the next 2 laps to get DRS at the end.
Bosnia will be so pleased he's in the DRS of Steve-O. He has to get past quick. Cloudy Cloud is in the pit. So, let's see. Ooh, Aquaplaning. He's just
that is.
He may have thrown it away. That'll be frustrating for him. Split with Cloudy is going to get that fastest lap. Frankie very chuffed with Jasper, who picks up a 3-second time pen as soon as I say his name. That happened to Camke earlier too. Yellows.
Sector 1, I think that's Cloudy.
Yeah, I think he's just letting people through.
Well, we know right now it is too late for a safety car.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
absolutely. So
we can take that out of our minds.
As a really, Maverick's lost time to Bosnia, which I find really interesting because now that's going to put him out of DRS and Bosnia is now going to be the beneficiary of that. He will have it, and he is on the back of Steve. It's going to be light work, easy work.
I'll tell you
Ryan
what,
B versus Jasper is going to be close.
speaking of Steve-O, if Steve-O can just keep with United Bosnia, just stick in that DRS, I'm not sure if I've seen many... Not sure if I've seen a pen come up for Steve-O. He could be able to jump Bosnia and Ryan B. Possibly Jasper if Ryan B and Jasper start battling at the end.
Yeah, and Maverick's really struggling. He's now out of DRS. And Steve-O's going to have it on Bosnia, so this guy just needs to keep away from Maverick.
It is nip and tuck right now.
There with another 3 seconds. Ooh, and another cut. He's really pushing to stay on the back of this group. Jordan will be so disappointed. This will not have gone the way that he wanted. He'll be shocked. The reverse strat here doesn't work. It normally works at a lot of tracks, but I found this out earlier. It doesn't seem like it's as OP as other places.
Well, Jordan, instead of looking ahead now, needs to be worried about behind because Smitsky is catching him rapidly.
Very weird. Very, very strange race. Kamke is going to come over the line and win this. It's not going to be a, Kamke wins in dominant fashion. It's quite gratuitous in a way, with the circumstances, but, he won't mind at all, and a lot of people will be left scratching their heads that they're so low down. Looking at Ryan B and United Bosnia, not really put a foot wrong. The strategy was fine, it was normal, and now they find themselves behind guys like Jasper on the track who they were comfortably ahead of all the shenanigans happening. Ryan is on the back of Jasper.
Well, we are into the last lap right now as we got Steve-O, who has managed to keep DRS on United Bosnia. Just picks one up.
Really annoying for him. And Maverick is now on the back of him, so he needs to go hammer and tong. Really needs to push. Really needs to push. And here we go, we've got Jasper Ryan B. This should be, you would think, fairly easy.
Oh, Jasper's lost it!
Unbelievable. He will be so annoyed. So annoyed. That is chaos. As Maverick now past Steve-O on the last lap.
But Steve-O will have another... Oh, he almost goes straight into the back of Old Maverick there. Steve-O will have a chance to come back at Old Maverick if he can keep with him. He's got plenty of VRS. He should have DRS as well. I'm going to quickly go on board with Kamke, who's coming through the club section for the final time to take victory here at Silverstone. DRS Aquaplaning comes home in second. Niles with a fantastic third place, and
Slayer's on the back of Steve-O, round the last.
Oh, through Stowe, last lap. You love to see it.
Where will Ryan B and United Bosnia be on pens? Maverick jumps. Ooh, a Slayer over that line, and he will drop like a stone.
Is he going to drop outside the points? He does!
Wow. He will be furious. That's pretty crazy. Serve the Blessed comes in 15th, ahead of Cerrivo on his debut. Cloudy will be furious as well. He had it. horrible for them. They looked so promising at different points.
This race was incredibly up and down, I'd say.
Yeah, DRS Aquaplaning, I'm really happy for him. I did say, didn't I? Podium.
Yeah, you did say. What's it called? Who would be your driver of the day if you had to pick one?
Probably go. I would have probably gone with Jasper for it, just to rub it in. But I'll probably go with Niles because he had a lot to do towards the back end of that, and I think Aquaplaning and Camke did really well, but they're quite fortuitous. So I would probably go Niles.
I mean, me personally, I would go with Aquaplaning just because he had to start at the back. He made great progress, got wing damage under the safety car, went back to the back, and then came back through and got a penalty right at the end, which really did cost him.
Really feel it for Jasper, man. Oh, and he just got jumped as well by Smitsky. Yeah.
Well, there is Camke Mum on the top step of the podium, and that is, I believe that's 10 points to the good for Camke over Niles, so the gap is now 13 points as Camke, confirmation there, picking up the victory. DRS Aquaplaning in second place, Niles in third, Ryan B fourth, Maverick in fifth, United Bosnia in sixth, Steve-O coming home in seventh, Jordan in eighth, Smitsky in 9th, Jasper 10th, ST 5 and 11th, and Swip will pick up that final point along with the fastest lap point as well.
Oh, that's big for him.
And then we have Slayer, Cloudy Cloud, Sir the Blessings, Sir Ibo finishing outside the points with Ghost Recon, Deja Vu, Ostuni and Flip, our non-finishers today.
That was wild. That was wild. I mean, who climbed the highest? Obviously, Aquaplaning 20th to 2nd. Who else? I mean, look, Ryan B was such a big casualty. He did. Niles did nothing. Niles and Ryan B did nothing wrong there, and they find themselves in 3rd and 4th. They'll definitely be scratching their head on that one.
Yeah, but I think Jordan's going to be scratching his head as well. He pitted onto Sauce and just could not close that gap down.
Agreed. You think you're going to get a better pace advantage, and they just didn't. It was very strange.
Yeah, well, Camke extending the lead in the Drivers' Championship. I believe the Constructors' Championship will have a bit of a swing. I think McLaren probably jump. I think they jump ahead of Renault, I'm not sure, but Renault and Ferrari were pretty close as well, so maybe they swap positions. Interesting, we'll have to see what happens there, but massive congratulations to Camke on the victory and to Aquaplaning and Niles on the podium. Any final thoughts, Mark?
Pretty crazy, to be honest. Very, just the safety car really mixed things up, and Hungary is a very, very different track. I imagine we won't see too much in the way of a similar top 5 in a way. I think it could well be playing to different people's strengths there, but Camke didn't look like his strongest track at all, which is quite ominous for people that are chasing him, such as Niles, United Bosnia and Ryan B.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the 4th win in a row for Camke Mum as well, and that's going to be very daunting for everyone in Division 5 as well. But this is where we are going to end it for this evening. Next week we will be around Hungary, and that is going to bring its own challenges. But until next time, guys, I've been Mike, he's been Mark, and we'll catch you next week.